So it's going to be, you know, probably someone might walk out or look through the windows at me, or my neighbors might judge me, but I guess that's all right. So what I'm doing here is reading a story that I wrote for the subreddit. Well, a first half of a story, or first part of a story that I wrote for the subreddit Worststory, which used to be a subreddit for writing shitty stories, like writing bad literature, but it gradually became a subreddit for telling stories that are bad. But that's not the intention of the subreddit. That's not what the subreddit was made for. It was made to write bad literature, and over time, it has died, the subreddit, and now all people do on there is like write things about how their life sucks or whatever. But that's not, like I said, that's not what the subreddit was intended for. And I thought that this thing was a prompt to write shitty stories, but it turned out to, I don't know, I guess it's not, but that doesn't matter because I wrote the first half of a story on there that I thought was funny. So I'm going to read that now. The prompt is worst first day ever, but my story has nothing to do with a first day at all. It's just, it's just, here we go. Mike Rowe of Dirty Jobs fame once said, "That's a dirty job." Little did Mike Rowe know, or does Mike Rowe know, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream, but not when you're a night soil man in Calcutta. My Uncle Marjorie suggested that I take a year off from my study of comparative religion to see the world. Do you want to go inside, Shadow? Okay, where was I? My Uncle Marjorie suggested that I take a year off from my study of comparative religion to see the world, to smell all that the world has to offer, and to find my damn keys because I swear to God I had them in my back pocket when I was using the bathroom in Calcutta. It was 1:23 p.m. probably. I was hard at work on my important task of trying to combine the great religious books of the world using Elmer's glue and at least half a roll of duct tape. I had just finished gluing the Torah to the Quran, Bol Gita, Ida to Ching, when the phone rang. I rubbed my hand across my nose, smearing snot onto my hand and forearm. "This better be important," I muttered loudly to everyone on the L train. Something about the way the phone echoed through the very full subway car reeked of importance. Or was it urine? "Ahoy hoy," I quizzically shouted, loud enough for everyone to hear. Imagine the subway cars, and indeed my surprise, as my Bluetooth speaker blared the other end of the conversation on speakerphone into the noontime air. "Hi, this is Andrew, and I'm calling about your car's extended warranty." Something in his voice told of kingship long ago, or was it urine? And his accent was such that I doubted if his name was really Andrew. "Pardon me, Andy," I screamed, "but I think you'll find that I don't own any automobile, and that's what for I'm riding on this subway train." The Bluetooth speaker beeped out a notification. "What's this?" I inquired. "Apologies, Andy, baby, but I've got a call waiting. It seems I'm a very popular fellow on a day such as this, on such a day as this." I chortled at the top of my lungs. When I answered the waiting call, I was so shocked by who was on the other end that I almost dropped my safari hat. "Hi there, Andrew," said a voice that was so familiar that it was almost unfamiliar as it shrieked through my Bluetooth speaker. "You see, the main character's name is also Andrew. No relation to the scam caller, though. It's just a coincidence." "Andrew, it's time," the voice declared. "What time is it? 1:23 p.m.?" Andrew asked. "It's time for you to enter the underworld and find a person. They're down there somewhere and they need your help, Andrew." He went on. "You're not really riding the L train wearing a safari hat and having a very, very, very loud private conversation in public." Andrew frowned. It was as if he'd heard the same statement hundreds of times before, sort of like deja vu or something. Andrew quickly hung up. "Nope, not me, not today, not happening, not now, and not ever," he thought to himself. His eyes slowly drifted over the contents of the subway car. An old lady with a small dog sticking out of a plastic shopping bag smiled at him. His lips turned up into something resembling a smile, and he quickly shifted focus. His eyes fell on a young man. Andrew thought the man must be in his early 20s. His head was shaved. He was wearing mirror sunglasses. He had a cane in one hand and a book in the other. Andrew could see that the book was written in Braille, but curiously the man was mouthing the words without feeling the Braille letters. Andrew knew exactly what to do. "What are you reading there, bud?" Andrew asked. The man laughed. "Oh, nothing," he said. "Just a poetry book." Andrew slowly waved his hand in front of the man's eyes. Nothing. No sign of recognition. "I know this might sound weird," Andrew began, "but is there anything you'd like to tell me?" The man let out a sigh and said, "My name is Bixby. Or is it Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea? It doesn't matter. Also, I can't really remember. Do you know how when a squirrel suddenly sees you looking at it, and it... Let me stop you right there," Andrew ejaculated. "If you're some kind of mystical being who is going to bestow some sort of power onto me and set into action my Bixby interrupted. "That was rude. See how rude it is when someone interrupts you when you're right in the middle of The train lurched to a halt. "Whatever," Bixby continued. "I have something for you. It's an elixir that, when applied to the area directly under your nose, not only seems to clear your sinuses, but works as a great analgesic. Your journey will take you to many dark and malodorous places, but there's something you must remember. Step with care and great tact, and remember that life is a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your..." A loud announcement came over the intercom thing. It was as loud as it was incomprehensible. Andrew couldn't make out the last few words that Bixby said, but he nodded in agreement anyway. He grabbed the sticky jar of Vicks VapoRub and headed off the train. Andrew felt like Chinese. He didn't feel like a Chinese person or the abstract concept of that which is Chinese. He wanted Chinese food. And that's all that I've written so far. I thought about writing more, but it's just like... it's just a stupid... it's not... I don't know if it's worth continuing to write it. I wanted to make it like following the hero's journey kind of thing. Like, he goes into the underworld and he meets a guy who tells him, like, gives him something to continue his journey, something magical that bestows magical powers. I wanted it to be like, he refuses the call to action, which is what the hero does in the hero's journey. He says, like, "No, I'm not doing this." But then eventually it ends with him back on the L train. I don't know how I don't know how to get. There's so many fucking bugs out here. I don't know how to get it from, because I've never even been to New York. No, I've been to New York City, but I haven't been on a subway train. I haven't done any of that shit. So I don't know, like, how to make it go from him going to get Chinese food and ending with him in Calcutta, or if he even actually goes to Calcutta, or if it's like just some place that is just really stinky. Like maybe he goes into a sewer system or something and he finds the keys that he's looking for and saves somebody, but I don't know where to bring it from where it's at to get back to the subway train that he's on. And I don't even know if the L train is a subway train, or I don't know shit about anything, so I just don't know how to finish it, because I just don't have enough information about, like, I guess there's ants everywhere. I guess they're flying ants, because I keep getting ants flying in my face. But yeah, that's all that I've got. I had more written down. I'm not sure if I still have it, but if anyone I can't imagine anyone would want to hear any more of that, but if they did, then I guess I could always write more or finish what I've got written out so far, because I did add a little bit more, but I'm not sure if I even have it saved or if I deleted it. But it's just hard to keep motivated when it's just a stupid nonsense story like that. Anyway, thank you if you watch this, and thank you for not leaving nasty comments if you hate it, or hate me, I don't know, but thank you.